What do you know about war movies? Intense combat? Fight for the justice? Or cruel war behind Felter? Sacrifice and casualties? Soldiers suffer from PTSD. War trauma for the local people. However, these key elements were not built in one day. From this video, I want you to know about how movies are affected by Vietnam War and how the spirits change from time to time. Behold, Green Beret, Platoon, American Sniper. These three movies will help you to understand how Vietnam War affected the industry forever. First, let's talk about two sides of war movies. The first one is pro-war movies. It focuses on the adventure in the war, and again, it outweighs the cost. There always been propaganda use. On the other hand, the anti-war movie was described the cruelness of war, and the cost is outweigh the gain, and the war is disaster for both sides. Green Beret. During the war, movies inspired by Vietnam War and themed after were mostly the propaganda movies, which emphasized the gain are more than the cost, and encourage young people to go up to the front line and be ready to sacrifice their lives. The best example should be the Green Beret. The movie was made in 1968. Green Beret was directed and starred by John Wayne, who extremely supports anti-communist positions. John Wayne has supported the government in all their actions regarding foreign policy through his career as an actor and as a civilian. His compulsion to do the movie was based on his pride of the special force, and to glorify the American soldiers as the finest fighting men. Furthermore, while making the movie, the Army supported the crew by the equipment and even helicopters and planes, all the support to the crew to make a propaganda movie that benefits recruiting the new soldiers. After the Vietnam War, people sick of war and began to rethink about if the cost of war is overweighed the gain. Gradually, the theme of the war movie was switching to anti-war. Platoon. Platoon was directed by Oliver Stone in April 1967. Stone enlisted in the United States Army and requested combat duty in Vietnam. This experience made his understanding and artistic expression more realistic. There is a scene that when the trap killed 3 soldiers, Platoon is further angered by the nearby village which found it had been aiding the NVA. The platoon lose their rationality and randomly kill normal villagers. They destroy the supply and burn the village, and this scene becoming an image of what war reshaped the people. It made young people who are optimistic and kind turn into a cold-blooded war machine. The great suffering and casualties that Vietnam War brought to the local people are not usually been mentioned in the previous war movies, which was a miniature of the great anti-war movement of the rethink about Vietnam War itself from multiple angles. After the Vietnam War, the anti-war spirit was gradually uprised from movies and music field. They expressed the unnecessary sacrifice that both sides of the war had made. The people at the time were extremely sick of Vietnam War and the trauma that brought to the whole generation of people. Till the 2000s, the trauma of Vietnam War has been recovered a lot, but the media and art influence of Vietnam War has been continued. The spirit of war movies switched to the mixture of pro-war and the anti-war movie. American Sniper. American Sniper is directed by Clint Eastwood. It was first released on 2014, and it became a huge success, making it the highest grossing war film of all time. In the very beginning of the movie, instead of showing the courage and the ultimate shooting skill Kyle has, the scene shows the conflict inside his heart, decide to kill a woman and a kid who is going to attack the US Marines with an anti-tank grenade. That set the tone of the whole movie. Even the so-called legend is still human. Chris Kyle was sent to Iraq for 4 tours. During the movie, we can see the slight changes inside Kyle's mind. After experiencing the collapse of the pursuing mission, witnessed the deaths of the fellow soldiers, Kyle suffered a lot from PTSD. His mind filled with gunshots, children crying, and loud noises from battlefield. Mental problem inside veterans is one of the main themes of the modern war movies. The movie also focuses on what the war brings to the local people. When the father and son of the local family that helped the US military has died, the local people march on the street and ask the US military to leave and call them the later. This scene made the audience think about if the war is justice or not. The sacrifice of the soldiers is avoidable or not. This war movie inspired from Vietnam War shifting through times.